Okay, I am ready to cut and square up my blocks so that they match to the squares next to them. They are going to be 11 inches square. And as you can see, this block I have lined up here in the corner of my mat is 11 and a half. At this point, it's an 11 and a quarter over here. And here it starts at 11 and an eighth and kind of goes up from there. So it's not very consistent. So what I need to do is take my quilting square and true it so it's 11 inches in a perfect square. However, because of this pattern, I can't just cut off one side. If I do that, if I cut off this 1/2 inch here, it's going to be kind of lopsided. I'm going to have 3/4 inch of white on that side, and I'll have the full inch on this side, and it's just not going to look quite right. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit off of both sides in order to make the pattern work. So I'm going to start with this. I can always take off more, but once you cut it down, you can't put it back on. So tread lightly and go slowly when you are cutting down your blocks. I'm going to cut that much off there. I'm going to square up the top. And my blade's a little dull. I just need a new blade. It should cut on the first pass instead of the 3rd or 4th one. Okay, so that's better. Now I'm going to look at the bottom 2 parts of this here. So we're still about 11 and a half inches in this corner, and I'm going to take off a bit on this side. Let's see how we're going to best do that. Take off 1/4 inch on this side. And straighten up the bottom. Okay, so my block is getting closer to being 11 inches square. Now when I look at it, I'm still off by 1/8 of an, or almost 1/4 inch on that side. And I want to make sure that it's going to look squared. So let me measure here. This is right about 1 inch for this border. And I'm pretty close there. So I guess I'll take another 1/8 of an inch off of both sides to make up for that 1/4 inch. Like I said, if you take off just a little bit at a time, it works better than if you cut off too much and then change your mind about it. You can't. So I'm going to turn the block around and take off 1/8 of an inch at that other side. Actually, it's not even 1/8, it's a little less than that. Okay, so there we have it. Now my block is 11 inches square, and it will line up with the block next to it, which will be 11 inches square as well. So I have to do that with all 15 of my hexagon blocks before we can put the 2 parts together. And that'll be coming up next.